Hello, welcome to Iron Chariot 61. Today, I'll be doing a part 2 for my French campaign in the Peninsula DLC expansion pack. For the Napoleon Total War. So for this campaign, basically when I play when I started to play this, I have a few like points I have a few ideas on how to win this. So it's part of my strategy. So basically the first point is like I was thinking, okay, so the first part in your very first turn, what I will do is I will create one or two standing army, maybe three, depends on the situation. So like if you look at it, so s- what I mean is, okay, for example, for Augustia Marmon. Okay, so for this one is, I believe the role for him is to be to be a reserve army. So he has no theater assigned to him. Maybe to deal with any rebels, Spanish rebels that spawn around here. So never mind. So the key is, okay, let's see. Jean Diesel. Yeah. So initially he didn't have a lot of unit, but I start to pull all the important units like the what is that called, the Fusilier of the line. I started pull all the Fusilier of the lines, all the important units to him, so he has a decent sized army. So yeah, so I plan to move him from here to this city. I don't know how to pronounce. Yeah. So this tower. So because I'm expecting the British to send an army in this direction. So this is the British front. Or I can call it the Portugal front, the Portugal theater. So Suture, for him, I also started to give him a few army. This unit come and reinforce him here. So yeah, so his goal is to go through this area. So you can see this is all hills. Because initially, I mean, instead of walking one big round from this direction, it's faster to just march through here. Then you can reach Valencia. I want to take out the Spanish. I want to take out the. I need to start an offensive against them immediately before they can consolidate their strength and start pushing out. So yeah, it's important to defeat them ASAP because our strategic situation is not ideal. Because we cannot let the enemy gain strength, because very soon you have full stack army coming from different directions. So I decided to take out this city first. So I'm confident that this army should be able to handle any army here. So this is the second full stack army. This is the first full stack army. And also let's see. Sorry, this one Messina. Messina from another from here. Here. So I started to pull all the different units to him. This one off. There's some army here. I just leave some units here. So all these, they are so far away to reinforce him in timeout. On timeout, I'll just leave them there. Yeah, so his goal is to defend any invasion from this direction or to start an offensive and against Portugal from this direction. But it's not possible. It's very difficult because if you look at the city of Lisbon, what they have is they have all this mountain and all this fog. Because if I'm not wrong, yeah, it's called the lines of Torres Vedras. I know historically speaking, the French were unable to penetrate this defensive fog. So it's, yeah, this part is very hard to attack. Yeah, that's because you can only go through from one direction. Yeah, but anyway, the priority is to take out the Spanish faction first, because they're the weakest. Then try to remain on defensive against the UK. So second point is I try to hold a sizable region around Manila, so I allow strategic retreat from risky city. So like basically, let's see, risky cities are, I'll consider this one. So I don't care whether they are in red or not. Let them rebel because they are not so important. They are not very important. The most important area is around Madrid, the capital. So capital, because the road network here is the most advanced. Everywhere the road is bad. So roads are very important for economy and military purpose. So see the roads are very bad. So because when you control Madrid, you can move your forces very quickly from one theater to another. You can move from here, in every direction. You can reinforce here, can reinforce here, reinforce here, reinforce here. So Madrid is like that, has the most advanced infrastructure. So I'll allow retreat from all this, from here retreat. Here, these two land I can don't hold. They're not important. That's why I'm sending all my units out. So these two I don't need to hold. In fact I try to demolish them because I don't want them to recruit units once they capture it. So these two not important. These two also demolish. I also move units away from here. So this one you can just lose to the enemies, okay? So hold a sizable region around Manila. So the route network centering around Manila, since the capital is the best route currently. So like I say, the routes are important for economy and military bonus, because you can reinforce every, like you can send your army from here to here every direction. So basically I will accept basically all these area I can sort of lose them, but here around this region I will try to hold on to them. So the center of this like territory will be Manila. So because it's where all the best routes, because all the route network is centered around here lah. If you get what I mean. Barcelona is an important region to hold because like I say, the trade route, the money is here. So you should also try to hold Barcelona. This one, all this you don't need to worry about losing them because they will be very safe here. Maybe all these are the more risky city because all these, yeah, there'll be rebellion. Okay, yeah. So you have to recruit units to prevent rebellion. Because I actually spend some money because initially the income is like 1k, but now the income is like dropped to 245 because you recruit units like militia and all this. Maintain. So the third point is to maintain a running economy with decent income. That's another goal I have in mind. So we should try to, like, even if we lose territories or whatever, we should try to like to have make sure economy is functioning. We cannot have an economy that's in the rate like -1000. Then I don't think there's any point continuing playing the game because you need the money to keep playing on, especially in a war of attrition where you need to keep like retraining units, recruit units, everything. So maintain economy with decent income. So try to like the things, some of the unnecessary expenditure, like maybe you can like expand some of the ships or all the units, all the expensive units, just remove them. Artillery especially, the upkeep is quite high, just disband them. What's the upkeep cost of artillery? Let me see here. Plus artillery is very immobile, so you can't move. It's very inconvenient to have artillery in your army because they can slow you down. They're important enough for your full stack army. You need artillery, but let's say for all the smaller army, like you just need army to move around and reinforce. You need reinforcements and army to we need this. You need to reinforce, and all this artillery can be quite a burden. See, the upkeep cost is low. 135 is alright. In fact, the cavalry is higher. Yeah. So just do as you deem is fit. These are just the basic principles that I had in mind when I try to play this campaign. How you micromanage and how you do is up to you. So I will go on a general offensive against Spanish rebel region with my army. Same for the British Portugal. But easy opponent first, so that means I focus my main effort against Spain. Try to like capture the Spanish town first, but remain on defensive against the British and Portugal. So Andre Messina against Portugal. This one I think you should know. So against British defensively. All this I show you just now. So one army come in reserve, like to deal with all the rebellions that spawn here and there. Or there'll be some Spanish army, guerrilla army that spawn like in a few turns that we are in here. So Luis against Valencia. Valencia is like I think I referred to it here. Refer to it before. Valencia here, yeah. This is important because very soon there will be mission that asks you to capture Valencia. Then you'll be given some special units. So it's a good starting. It's a good start. It's a good tile to take. It's the first tile you should try to take. Scorched Earth is your choice, so because you have to remember like how to say like if you do Scorched Earth too early, prematurely, then you're just holding onto a city that is not making any money for you. So no point like destroying all the infrastructure that is making you money while you're still having the city in your hand. So it depends on you like if if you really capture the city from the enemy, you also don't want to like spend money to build back the infrastructure and everything. So yeah, it's a choice. So try to garrison all cities with militia. This is what my goal like eventually, which I did and managed to do in a few in I think in around in after the first 15 turns I started to have all my city garrisoned by militia. So I already like all these units that are not like part of your full stack army. I just disband them. But of course now you cannot disband because the public order wise, if you start to disband them, then you lose public order, then you create rebellion everywhere. So they are just dead weight when it comes to like incurring all the unnecessary expenses, and they are not doing much So I will try. My goal was to eventually replace all these garrison units with militia They are just cheaper they're just a lot cheaper. For militia, you use that to garrison the city. So this is part of this goal is this is part of the goal of maintaining a running economy with decent income. So when you have cheaper militia or this or you saving all the upkeep costs or you help to how you to have enough money. Because I think after like 10 more turns I was able to like meet like 1.5k to 2k plus like per turn, which is what you should aim for Then last point, how to say French advantage over his enemy. Okay, the thing is like, how do I explain this French advantage. So you have initial large number of territories. So instead of taking it as a disadvantage, you want to flip the table on your much smaller enemy by trying to hold on to as much land as possible. So the UK has only one city and Spain has only 2 territories. Okay, so the thing is like what I'm trying it's a mindset kind of game because like okay, you started you started the game as having so much territories to hold on to it, and a lot of these territories you are losing control of them while the enemy have the advantage of taking their time to build up and start taking all your land here. But you can actually, if you play smart, what I did was I tried to think of it as an advantage. You flip the table on them. That means you have a lot of territories in the beginning, so you should like that means you can try to like take advantage or see this as an advantage one disadvantage So it's okay to lose a few cities here and there, but at least you still have more territories here at the back that is providing you some money, so it allows room for strategic retreat like how do I put this, like eventually it's just a mindset kind of thing because I just try to see as advantage, so I try not to like see as a burden to have all this useless territory. So as in I just see myself as not I start France as a largest faction, which is a good thing. I mean, you started with so many territories while your enemy has only like 1 or 2, and UK has only 1 city. So once they lose all these city then they have less of there's less land. Like for example, once I take Valencia, then Spain only has this one. Yeah, they might try to take this and this but once I do Scotch of like removing some of the infrastructure, then all these are a lot less valuable. So I have a lot of control over what I have. I have a lot more control in a general sense. Yeah. So yeah, you just need to know how to just try to like trim all the unnecessary costs and try to maintain the public order in in as many land as possible. And so maintain all the public order, then you because like once after like the I think after 15 turn or while I managed to keep much of the territories I had initially intact by like. So once I have all this, once I control the public order issue, or then I start to make a lot of money immediately, because it's like I already have a lot of land. So it's just that the issue is only the public order and the finance and everything. So once you resolve all these issue, then you have a very large empire. Like you already have a very large empire. You don't need, unlike Spain or Portugal or British, they have to make effort to expand their territories, while you already have a large existing empire at the beginning of the game. It's just only the issue of public order and stuff. So yeah, just resolve them up, then you are alright. So okay, anyway, for battle, this one maybe I will try to explain my, because I play like Napoleon Total War for quite a long time. I play as UK, I play Austria, I play as Russia already. So I can say I'm quite experienced in the battle tactics, at least for the single player part, not multiplayer. I never play the multiplayer, but I roughly have some tricks on how to win a battle, especially when the enemy has more artillery, more cavalry, and you just need to take advantage of the AI weakness. So yeah, so for Provocateur, I will try to stay in the region until 100% conversion. I won't try to, because I don't want to micromanage every part. I just, like certain things like Provocateur, Spy, you just keep them in one area lah. So Spy, I will just, for example, Spy, what I will do is, my campaign strategy is Spy, I will send my Spy and just keep it there lah, for a certain period of time, just to check out this area lah, for any enemy movement here and there. So like it's good to have a Spy here, so you can see the enemy movement around here. The British Spy here also good. So Spy here also good. Just keep them there. Provocateur is just, I just stay there. Like you find any region that is having high unrest, you try to keep them there. Then they will convert the region to your side. Okay, this one, even number of similar units, uniform composition. What I do is it's just how do I put it? When I organize an army, so especially a full stat army, I try to have even number of them. So like, for example, I don't like when you have 3 light infantry. I'll prefer like, let's say 4, 6, 8, like just more even. So for all the same unit, I'll just have an even number. So for light infantry, I will maybe have two. I don't want to see one because it's a bit annoying. Just one even number. Maybe for special unit like heavy cavalry, like the dragoons, it's okay to have one. Or maybe a special artillery, you have one. But maybe for the more standardized unit, I'll just have an even number, because it just helped me with the decision process when it comes to like mass recruitment. Like if I want to recruit some unit, I just, like for example, I want to recruit some unit from this tower, then I don't know how many units should I recruit. So I'll just see, okay, this army maybe need one more line infantry. Then I'll just train one line infantry. So it's just part of it just help me with the decision process when it comes to recruitment. Yeah. Area denies strategy. Okay, this one, how do I explain? Capture a city with a full standing army but do not garrison immediately. Place it behind the city so you will not get sieged by a nearby enemy army. Give some room for retreat to repeat the enemy income temporarily. Okay, so what I mean is like, because I played Napoleon for quite some time, so I encounter this situation a lot. So like where is the area? So for example, if I have an army here, then generally speaking, like if I spy this area and I see there are a few enemy army here, but this tower is unguarded. So what I can do is I will send my army capture this But once I capture this, then I'm sure in the next turn or what, the enemy army will counter attack, especially if they have the numbers. So they'll counter attack and your entire army is just trapped inside this town and there's no way to escape. So ideally, what you can do is I will capture this city, and I will, instead of garrison my army inside, I will just put my army just outside. So any public order issue, what you can do is you can recruit some militia, or you can maybe turn off the tax, so you can prevent the public order issue. Because I don't want my entire army to be trapped in the city, especially if the enemy has a lot of and a lot of armies nearby. So it's just part of my strategy, because it's good to deny this city to the enemy for a time being. Because remember, all this army has upkeep cost, so if you capture one of their city, it means a huge loss of income for them. So even if they counter attack and take back the city, at least for a few 1 or 2 turns, you are causing some financial issue for them. It's called, we are just denying them. It's called the area deny. You just deny them of a city or town. So, but generally the AI is quite dumb. So once you capture a town, and as long as you don't put yourself in a dangerous position, you garrison, put your entire army in the city, and they can just siege and trap your entire army, and you don't have room for retreat. Like if I put my army here, I can at least retreat. If I think the enemy has too many army here, I can retreat back here. So once you capture the town, then generally the AI won't move their army. Yeah. So this is just an area deny strategy that I like to do. Because I need to allow room for retreat. That's what I like to do, especially when the enemy has a lot of army spawn nearby. Okay, so back to turn 1. So turn 1, okay, so my fleet is still in order. Still here. Trade ship. Agent, all this. So this spy will go here. Provocateur, I want you to convert the region here. So fleet wise, okay, can.